today the grain filling inside this semi-truck behind me is going to pay Uncle Sam, or AKA the US government. The reason some of those bushels are going to the US government is because I had these bins sealed. This bin here and this bin right here I had sealed, which means I took a loan out and used the grain inside of these bins as collateral. And since I'm going to start taking the grain outside of these bins, I will take the seal off here. This just designates that I had a loan on the grain inside of them. Currently, I have all the grain in this bin sealed, which is 13,000 bushels, in addition to another 3,000 bushels out of this bin. So I currently have 16,000 bushels of sealed grain that I'm going to be hauling in here between today and tomorrow. Simple math, 16,000 bushels between these two times the $2.08 I received as my loan amount means my current loan between these two bins is $33,280. Since it was a loan on the grain, I not only owe the principal amount back that I borrowed, but I also owe the interest rate in addition to. So of that $33,280, I borrowed that at 5.25% interest rate over 6 months, which means my total amount that I'm going to pay back in addition to the $33,280 for interest is going to be $827.60. And I'm not sure why I'm smiling when I say that, because I don't like paying interest. I'll get more into the details here in a little bit, but now this first bin back here is getting down to the point where we need to get the sweep auger in. So we'll jump on over there and start shoveling. While we're loading trucks over here on what we call the north row of bins, we also have some grain to move over on the leg. That way we can keep up with the 5 trucks we have hauling. So we got a truck here, we'll get the grain started over here. And now comes the fun part where we have to shovel out the remaining grain inside this bin, and this is the reason why my grain's in the small bins and not the big bins, because these ones are a lot more work. We are now one bin down. This bin's completely emptied out. The 13,000 bushels are now hauled to town. We got to get this auger switched over from this bin over to that bin, so we'll start shoveling a little bit of gravel and getting set up. We got the auger moved from that 30-foot bin we just unloaded over to this one. Not sure we have enough room between this tire of the auger and the spout for the semi to actually fill. I guess we'll have to wait and see till the first truck shows back up here to see if it's gonna work. And there goes the first truck we got loaded out of this 13,000 bushel bin. So 13,000 bushels means we're gonna have about 13 semi loads to haul out of this bin until it's empty. And we're in luck because the next semi truck is right here. We'll get him loaded. That'll be 2 loads, and then we'll have 11 left to go out of this bin. While I've been loading the trucks down here, Mom's loading the trucks up at the leg. I never realized how short you were. I'm like a whole head taller than her.
Well, you got
here, I'll crouch down. Mom, how's your day going?
Pretty good. I didn't have to scoop today, being you came back and you were around, so that was kind of nice. And now we're on 2 bins that don't want to be scooped all day, so I'm having a good day. She
likes when we don't have to scoop, but I must say, she is a lot better scooper than me. And I say that because I just don't like scooping.
And I'm better. I'm better at it than you. Yeah.
Off he goes there in the background with load number 2. Now I'm gonna run up to the office because I am hauling corn to 2 different ethanol plants, just because one of them offered a higher price when I priced it earlier, and one of them is offering a higher price now, and I need to make sure I have enough bushels to cover both of my contracts at the different places. So we'll run up to the office, we'll start totaling up all the bushels. Up here in the office, I have a stack of all the tickets for the grain that I hauled to Valero. That is the 1 ethanol plant, and then Poet being the 2nd ethanol plant that I am hauling some grain into. Here's the sheet I made for where all my bushels need to go. I have 14,095 that need to go to Poet, another 14,000 that need to go to Valero, in addition to another 2,000 bringing the total up to $16,000 to Valero. This is where farming becomes a little bit of a logistics game, so I'll add up all these tickets to Poet, all these ones to Valero, and then we'll figure out where to send the next load of trucks. That way I can get all of my contracts filled and see where everything lands. All the tickets added up now. I have 15,800 roughly at Poet, so I have this 14,000 more than covered, and I currently only have 12,000 at Valero. So by the looks of it, between these two, I need another 4,000, so 4 more truckloads to go. So we'll tell the trucks to head to Valero. To simplify it a little bit, I made these little sheets that I'm gonna hand the truck drivers, just saying the destination they're going and the name they need to put the bushels under. And then once I get these two filled, I'll just have one more load to go for my own personal grain, which is good because then my loans will be paid off. So I'll hand these off to the drivers. The bin's about half full. It's looking like it's feeding consistently and not seeing any large clumps. Things are looking good in here. Dad's gonna finish filling that truck that's here right now, and I figured since it's still early, it's 5 o'clock, figured we ought to head out and go get a little bit of a crop update. I figured it's a beautiful night here at the farm. We'll take the e-bike out to do some crop checking. Our first stop on our crop tour is my 230 acre soybean field that I'm out into. And I have to say, these soybeans, these look good. These soybeans in my field, these were planted back on April 17th, and they look absolutely amazing. I planted these soybeans, actually this part of the field I finished at about 2 o'clock in the morning and pushed to get it in before we switched the planter over to corn, and I have to say that is paying off with how things are looking right now because the soybeans are looking big, they're looking bushy, and they're just starting to flower. The only problem area in this field is right in this draw right here. There's some lighter colored soybeans. It's because there's a bit of an iron deficiency in this area. I treated this area for that iron deficiency last week, so hopefully these beans start greening up. But otherwise, the rest of the soybean field looks about as good as we've ever seen at this point. I've seen enough of my soybean field for today. We're gonna hop, skip, and jump on over to what is the more exciting crop in my opinion, my cornfield. Now made it out to my cornfield, and I wanna show you how good my boys are looking. Look at how lush green this corn plant is. That nice dark green is what we like to see. Also, I'm 6'4". The corn is well over knee high, and it isn't even the 4th of July. This corn looks absolutely amazing. The best part is, it's not just one spot of the field that looks that good. I kid you not, it is this entire 150 acre field that looks this good, and it excites me. One thing I do want to check out here is there's a good chance of severe storms the next couple of days because of the hot weather and humidity we're having here. And I want to make sure that these things got a pretty good stalk on them. So I'm going to give the stalk a little push here. Yeah, the stalk integrity is good, which is what I like, because if we're going to get some big heavy rain and some wind, I'm not going to want to come out here in a couple days and see just a perfectly flat field. It's been a good day so far. First of all, we got our loan taken care of at the FSA office, so we can mark that as a check done. Secondly, our corn crop is looking really, really good. About the only downfall is the price of the grain that's going to be harvested this fall. Right now, the price is not at a great level, but the reality is I don't have to sell this stuff until next July, so hopefully I get an opportunity to sell some of this at a profitable level within the next 12 months. And now we'll take the Hovsco bike back over, ride it to the farm. This Hovsco bike was my gift that I got myself at the end of planting season, and it has some pretty nice features. First of all, really comfortable seat. I ride it gravel roads, that's how I got here. No problem at all. It does also have pedals. I plan on taking it over the 4th of July to some of the lakes just have some fun ripping around with it, because the reality is my life doesn't always revolve around the farm, even though that's what I include in 99% of the videos. It also has this really nice LED screen, says how fast I'm going, what level of passenger assist I'm in, so basically the bike will help me pedal, or it'll just basically turn into a fully electric moped. Summer's continuing to roll on. I've gotten quite a few miles on my Hovsco bike so far this year. I love the thing. I love taking it out at the end of the night. It's a good way to wind down, check crops. Even if you don't farm, I think a lot of people would enjoy just getting out. Having that electric assist is super nice if you're in town, around the lake, campground, whatever. I think Hovsco bikes are really nice. I got the link down below in the description if you're interested. In addition to a discount code, it'll save you $100. Check that out down below. With that, that's all I got for today's video of High Tech Farmer. I'm going to sleep good tonight knowing that there will be no interest accruing as I'm sleeping because we got that grain hauled in. Thanks so much everybody for watching. We'll see ya.